What is up, YouTube? This is a kind of special type of beginner guide where I use chapters which you can like skip to instead of like making a whole video tutorial. I use chapters that you can skip to, the ones you need to know or the ones that interest you. And sorry to my TikTok viewers, you're gonna have to switch over to YouTube to watch this Path of Titans beginner guide. Are you completely new to the game and you don't want to spawn in and don't know what you're fucking supposed to do? Well, this video will help you get through that. First and most important, so that you don't end up like this. And Gondwa is the best map. Do not play the other maps. Do not even try to play the other maps. Alright, first thing you need to know is what dinos you should choose. So the first ones I would recommend playing is Thal. We call it Thal. This bird can just fly around everywhere. You can fly super fast. If you watch my video on the best settings, you can find out how fast you can go. The Thal best build plus gameplay coming right up. Alrighty, this is the Thal, the bird. So, you might notice I have abilities down in the middle. Specifically the green one and blue one that's not lighted up. Those are the key things that you want to buy for flying fast. I'm gonna show you the difference. This is when you are a baby and have just spawned. And then you go down, look up, and then you look a little up, and then hold space, and then look down, go like this, and then yeah. Now dodge. When you buy dodge, it looks like this. You have to hold space and W at the same time, like go forward and hold jump button at the same time, and you go much further than if you don't do that. And now if you have both barrel roll and dodge, it will become like this. Boom, and then boom. That's much better than the other one. And now you can just chill. Just fly around, look for stuff. Alright, so this is the abilities that I use. So, bite. You want to use that. You want to use the peck. So, since we are going for flying around build, so, sense, you want to use dive bomb. You have to use dive bomb. None of these others are worth it at all. Okay, but yeah. Dodge, yeah. You want to use dodge and barrel roll. Dodge on Thal, you fly so like far, and the barrel roll too. You wanna use barrel? No, you wanna use dodge and barrel roll. And then hide. You do not. You want to use preen feathers. Use 35 less stamina when flying because you have a lot of stamina. And you can just, you're small, yeah, like I said earlier. But yeah, featherweight is essential. Survive any fatal impact or fall. So for example, if you're at 20 health, so use featherweight, and for the legs, you have to use aerobatic. Dodge takes 50 less stamina, and its cooldown is reduced by 50. This is essential for being able to fly around and stuff. And I also use the 50 ground acceleration and jump height. Or you can use the fastest dino in the game, the Struthi. This is the penguin of the dinosaur age. So let me just name it penguin. And yeah, 50% acceleration speeds. These are subspecies, so you can choose which subspecies you want. There's usually only 3, so either 25% jump height, or 50 acceleration speed, or 10% stamina recovery. I'm gonna go with 50% acceleration speed, and then you can just click on random and until you get the one you like. Boom. And now I'll show you how this goes. Alright, so Struthi is the fastest land animal, and the build and the gameplay is about to come after this voiceover. But yeah, the Struthi is faster than any land dinosaur in the entire game. So yeah, look forward to that, and you can choose either that or the hats. Look. It can jump. Not only that, it can double jump. You seeing this? It can double jump, and it can jump, double jump. It can climb any mountain area. Look, Dinosaurs really slow down when going upwards. This one is not even slow at all. T-Rex would have been still like with that over that rock or bush right there. This is actually really fun to play as. And here is the best build for Struthi. Start off with on alert map. So keep that on. I mean, it's already on, I believe. And then you want to use Scout, and yes, Scout does 10 increased trotting speed, which is important because you gotta get away. Front limb, slipstream, sprinting or walking behind you. And in the hide, you want to use thick feathers. Increases health recovery rate by 50. Did you and me hear that right? Bro, 50 is much better. Next up is legs. Long distance runner, reduced running stamina drain by 15%. So this is the must have. You must have this, alright? But yeah, use long distance runner. And then back limb. This is the most important part because this is the only part you'll be able to like attack with. And you should definitely use kick. But yeah, use kick because it also has a lower cooldown, which is useful. You just run and then yeah, hit and run. You kick them and then you run and then you kick them and then you run. But yeah. And then combat calls, yeah, you gotta use combat calls. Details, increases armor by 10 for all group members, but also yourself. Increases attack damage by 10 and decreases ability cooldowns for all group members. I'll only use attack damage because this is a Struthi. Use tantrum when you're gonna use it, and yeah, that's the best. Keep that there. Yep, now this is all set up. This should be the build you want to use if you want to use Struthi to explore the map and or learn the map. And these are the settings that I use and the controls that I use. Precise movement. Oh, and by the way, this is important. Go into controls, scroll down to where it says precise movement, and it should be automatically X. You want to make that thumb mouse button 2, the one in front. Next up, and then make sure you use your resolution. And then you want to use FXAA. It's normally at off or TAA. You want to use FXAA. And then render scale 100, of course. But yeah, everything should be epic. Except for view distance, far landscape, and let's see here. Footsteps quality. You need these 3 as cinematic. Yeah, turn off bloom. Turn off bloom. Yeah, do that. Alright. This is how to eat as a carnivore versus herbivore. The carnivore method is much faster. Okay, so you know carnivores, they have to pick up, or they don't have to, but that's the only way you should do it. It makes it 20 or 80 times faster. But as a herbivore, you have to eat it normally by clicking E. That is faster for a herbivore, but not carnivore. So if you can eat meat, then you have to pick it up and then eat, pick it up and then eat, pick it up and then eat. This next part is how to find berries and fruits as a herbivore, since they are scarce. Like, they are not that many on the places on the map, but there's a link in the description that will show you the picture of where every single berry location is on the map and drinkable water. And don't worry, it's not one of those typical links where you have to subscribe or like before you can download. It's a Mediafire link, so you can just download it and look at the picture, and I will show the picture here as well. Now, you will spawn randomly on the map. There's a link in the description for the map and where every berries are if you wanna be the Struthi. Struthi can just run to everything. Next, where to find drinkable water and which water not to drink. This can also be found with the link in the description, which does not have any typical things where you have to subscribe before getting the link. It's just a picture. I'll show it in the next clip as well. Oh, and something really important. If you see, this is the ocean, right? That's salt water. You can't drink salt water. For example, over here, it's connected. So you can't drink this, you can't drink that. You might be able to, yeah, I think this is a waterfall, so you might be able to, maybe not actually. Wait, no. Yeah, I don't think you can drink from here. But there is water over here, there's water over here, and over here, and a lot of water on every single place, even though it doesn't show it sometimes. Like for example, right here, there is water right here, but there's a pond, I mean, but they don't show it on the map. What the red circle means, or the hunt or be hunted quest, and how to spawn the dangerous critter from the red circle. This red circle that you see right here, if you go towards it, let me actually do that so I can show you the best way. Or I can't, it's in water. But, you know, you see my arrow right here? If you're looking, you should like walk towards it, or when you're in the red circle, you gotta go to, oh wait, let me exit this. You gotta go to the corner, act like I'm in the red circle right now, and it is over to the right side for you of my dino. You should walk like this, watching like this. Be careful that you're still in the red circle, and time it like correctly, and then just look to the side while you do that, and you should be good to go. And these are the places you would want to do your quests, so that you can grow up to be an adult dinosaur, and so that you get money to buy good abilities. Alright, but yeah, you're gonna get a lot of quests, but something you should note is when you are, for example, let's say Grand Plains is filled with green spots, this place is filled with green spots, Savannah Grassland is not or it is filled with it, kind of. So is Green Hills, so is Green Valley. Well, every place almost has it. Oh yeah, so is also Dark Woods. Dark Woods is my personal favorite to grind quests, and then after that I do Young Grove, and then I go up to Grand Plains if I'm old enough as a dino, or I usually go there even if I'm not old enough. But yeah, and then yeah, so you can do like a Savannah Grassland, go to here, Desolate Pass, and then go to here. So for example, if you get a cactus quest or a succulent quest, these are succulents, and also if you see cactuses, those are also succulents, or they count as succulents. Yeah, milkcap mushrooms is in Darker Woods. You should look for a branch that has fallen for branches, and for the milkcap you gotta look around, just look around where they're, sometimes they're in some of the green spots. Pine cones are next to trees. They're always next to trees, at the bottom of the trees, like this is the trunk, they're always around it, like around it. Next up is the most populated areas in the game. If I were to be in Grand Plains right now, and the name of Grand Plains would be standing right there, there would be a skeleton over that, and the skeleton means that there are more than 10 people in that place, and Grand Plains is the most popular place to be, because everyone is there. So is also Green Hills. Sometimes, yeah, Salt Flats. That's also a very populated area. Sometimes Big Quill Lake right here. This next part is of making a nest, which you have to be sub-adult to be able to make a nest. But this part will cover how to make it and how to hide it by buying the right decoration, which is part of the task. Building a nest. Okay, so when you click here on tab and click on nest, you can see that there are abundant reeds, meaning there are a lot of reeds here, but almost 0 branches. So let's look for a place with more branches. There we go. Now they are both limited, so I'll just put it here. Alright, so what you do is you first interact with it. You press on continue, 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 and you gotta sleep on it, and then you gotta find the materials for making it. And since I'm a bird, I can easily just fly. Yeah, here are branches. I'll take that with me back easily, and then you can occasionally check how many more you need. I need a lot more, so I'll just come back to you. There we go. I just got done with it, so let us do, yeah, you gotta press continue after you're done with your nest, and then now you can place a decoration. I highly suggest you buy the large grass arch, 2 of them, so that you can watch this. Right, place decoration, one on one side, and then rotate, hold R to rotate, and then boom, one on the other side. Now nobody will find this. But yeah, that's the nest part. Next up will be the dinosaurs I suggest playing after learning the basics or learning how the map works or how the game works and everything like that. But after you have played with either Struthi or the Thal, I want you to play Dasp. So I'll show you a picture of the Dasp, or let me just show you here. So there's 30 dinosaurs in total, 15 herbivores, 15 carnivores. And then now there's Dasp. Dasp is the one that I want you to play after you have learned the map and everything like that. I'm gonna name him Goated. Also subspecies, you can search up which subspecies is best. And if you want to be a semi-aquatic, you should use either Concavenator, but Suco minus over Concavenator. And also Sarcosuchus. That's also a really cool semi-aquatic. And if you or a duck, if you search up what duck means, you'll find out. Next mechanic will be clamp, picking up smaller dinosaurs. For example, T-Rex can do this quite well, and Sarcosuchus as well, the semi-aquatic, it looks like a alligator, and also the Tylo, which is a fully aquatic animal, but it is the best at like clamping higher weight dinosaurs. It can even clamp a fully grown Dasp. And now, for example, if there was a conch, the raptor I showed you earlier, or any dino that is like half this size, I can hit 4 to clamp, which is this ability right here. Clamp. Oh wait, let me put this on. Then if I see something that size, I can just clamp, and then now they're in my mouth, and I can just bite, continue biting. It won't do that animation. It will just keep biting the person that I clamped until they're dead. If you're 50% into a quest and you don't want to lose that quest, watch this. There you go. Now it says I've departed the Green Hills, and you can see the timer right over here. So I have now 2 minutes to get back to where I was, and if I don't get back there in time, my quest that was almost done will be gone. Next up is where critters spawn. So in this case, I had a quest for killing a special critter, and then it showed me the blue mark where the critter spawn was. And in this case, it already spawned too early, so I couldn't show you how to spawn it. But what you do is you click on E, and it should say something like dig, or like something like you scratching it, and then the critter will come out, and then there will be a 3-second timer until you can do damage against it. Oh wait, yeah, I want to show you this. So for example, over here, this is where critters spawn. It looks like another one has already spawned, but sometimes if it already has spawned, you can stand here for about 3 seconds and another one will pop up. Next up is how to distinguish the line over your health to know what that is. And then you know this line right here, that shows how close you are to the next growth. So for example, I'm a juvenile right now, and I am this close to adolescent, and it shows that I am this close to adolescent. This part is how to navigate on your map, using your map, I mean. So yeah, for example, this is where I am right now. If you spawned over here, let's say, you just gotta walk over here, and then if you zoom in, it is easier to see because some of these things are mountains. So if you go like this way, you're going beneath 2 mountains, and then you go this way, and then from there down there, and then into the river if you're semi-aquatic, or you can just go over to here and then into the cave. Alright, it is now time for my very useful tips and my extra. I'm gonna show you something very cool that I made that I can share with others, subscribers maybe. Alright, tip number 1. You can either just read it, or press continue, or press spacebar to skip it all. Alright, tip number 2. This is only if you're playing as a T-Rex or an Anudu, which is an Ankylosaur IRL. So yeah, I played T-Rex as my first dinosaur, but that was because I had friends who had adult dinosaurs or T-Rexes that can protect me. So you should probably not play that as your first dinosaur, but this is a tip for if you are playing as T-Rex or Anudu. Alright, so if you're T-Rex, maybe near adult or not even near, you have to stand by a rock so that you cannot let them get behind you. If they get behind you, it is game over. The tail, and they're gonna just kill you by your tail. They're gonna stay behind your tail even if you try turning around. Like, this is how slow a full-grown T-Rex turns around. He's just gonna be behind your tail, which means you should always find a big rock and stand behind it, and then just... Alright, tip 3 is gonna be connected to tip 4, but tip 3 is that when you are resting so that you get more stamina, like when you are sitting normally, then you take 2x damage from other dinosaurs, and when you are fully laying down, you take 4x damage from other dinosaurs. So the next tip will help you with that. Alright, and tip 4 is exactly when to stand up, for you to be like standing and ready exactly when your stamina is full. And also, you should like run until you have half your stamina and then lay down and rest, and then yeah, do the tip and then run again until you're half stamina. Unless you're in a populated area, then I would do until 75% health, and then I would be walking kind of slow sometimes. And by the way, I have a really good tip. When you lay down fully, wait until you see the dot where I put a arrow or circle. Boom. Now you can go up. Or it doesn't work when you're like a baby because your stamina goes up faster. But when you're adult, stopping exactly there will make it so that you stand up in time to be full of stamina. Tip 5 will be how to not lose your growth progress, and then after that you will be getting your growth rates or the XP kind of. But if you die while the seconds of XP growing isn't done, you will lose all of the progress of the gained XP that you just got. Alright, tip number 6 is about blue quests. The blue quests right here, the blue quests, those are quests that will be here forever. Now it's time for the extra. After that will be the summary, and then after that will be the outro. Wait, let me show you something. I made this list. Look what I made. This is not a sponsor, by the way, but Udo lets you have like multiple things. I chose project, and here I have every dino in order on combat weight, because combat weight in this game matters a lot. If you have low combat weight, you will deal much lower damage to something that has higher combat weight. And I have a lot of them, every single one: Spino, T-Rex, Titan, everything like that. Alright, so I teach the basics, how to spawn in, which dinos to use as a beginner, which build to use and how to fly around, or even the Struthi, which abilities to use and how to like fly around and look for quests. I told you which which questing places to go, and I gave a lot of tips, really good tips actually. And I also think I did a pretty good job at making chapter videos. I think this is a new idea for me, and I liked doing it. It took me a lot of hours to edit, but it's still fun. Alright, I'm gonna open the CSGO case. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. Please, man, please, please. I want a Bowie knife. Boom. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Yo, wait, how much does it cost? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If this helped you at all, maybe like and that other stuff. You don't have to. You don't have to. But yeah, you can do that. And goodbye. See ya. Big Man Halal Productions.